Then I'd like to introduce and recognize my assistant coach, Sean Raymond. Just a few short remarks about our season. We started out with a good-sized roster, but unfortunately we had a number of season-ending injuries, both at the JV and the varsity level, and we were forced to double roster a number of players and play partial JV schedule. However, not everything was negative on that. There were a lot of positives. Several JV players were able to gain valuable experience by playing both at the JV and the varsity levels. Also, the close integration of the soccer program this year allowed us to run most JV practices either together or in parallel with the varsity practices. And so JV players benefited from the coaching instruction from 4 different coaches and also through the interaction with the varsity players. The JV is usually considered a developmental squad, and so looking back at the season, I think we can safely say that we have accomplished a lot of good developing in the JV players this season. Going on to the awards, we have 3 awards. The first one is Most Improved Player. I'd like to call Ziyu Liang. Ziyu started the season with no soccer experience. Through hard work and perseverance, by the end of the season, he gained skills and confidence. He improved his touch, his passing, and his knowledge of the game. And he found himself on the starting roster for the team's last game. For these reasons, Ziyu is the coach's selection for the Most Improved Player award. The second award is the Coach's Award. For someone lacking experience, playing in the goalkeeper position can be a scary prospect. Every time the ball starts coming down on your side of the field, you can either be a hero or a much. Even though he had very little experience as a goalkeeper, Akash showed courage and exceptional commitment to the team by deciding to take on that responsibility. He worked very hard at practice, both with the coaches as well as with our senior goalkeeper for the varsity team, Scott Purcell, and I'd like to thank Scott for that as well. Akash showed good positive attitude with teammates. He helped the coaches whenever asked, and many times even without being asked. Improved continuously through the season and was even given time on the field at the varsity's last game. For his courage, his commitment, his perseverance, and his coachability, we selected Akash for the Coach's Award. Okay, the last award is the Most Outstanding Player. This was a player who was always very energetic at practicing games, always working hard to improve, always following coaching instructions. One coach characterized him as the team's spark plug. I don't know about other engines, but sometimes they won't go without the spark plug, so that's an important part. He gave 100% on the field. His competitive spirit and total effort mentality was infectious. Even though a newcomer to soccer, as the season progressed, in recognition of his hard work and improved skills, he was even called up and played multiple times with the varsity team. Through his athleticism, competitive spirit, and sheer determination, he scored 8 of the 11 goals that the team had for the season, including a hat trick, that's 3 goals, and a Texas hat trick, you know how everything is larger than regular in Texas. So a Texas hat trick means 4 goals. So for these reasons, the coach's selection of most outstanding player goes to Paul Anderson. Varsity Award. And as I mentioned earlier, we had several players that played both on the JV and the varsity team, so some of these young men will also come up in a few minutes with the varsity team. And let's see, we'll start this in alphabetical order. Paul Anderson. Thank you again to all the players, thanks to Sean, and thank you for
We could give the JV girls volleyball team and Coach Imani